How y'all doing? Welcome back to Net Talk 757 with Dave and Keith. Dave is not in here right now. I am. And we're coming to you today, as you already know, from the Tidewater Volleyball Center in Virginia Beach. There's a big college tournament today. How many different schools? We got a bunch of different schools. Liberty.
12 Division I schools.
12 Division I schools. And we've been taking this opportunity today as we see coaches or see players we know to interview them. And I'm here with Mark Williams. I've known him for a long time, but he's a coach at Williamsburg Volleyball Club, the 17 national, right?
Yep.
So I just want to take a second to interview him and say hi. So go ahead and introduce yourself. Give a quick little 2-second bio about yourself if you want to, and then we'll just kind of see what happens.
Okay. Like you said, I'm the 17 national coach at Williamsburg Volleyball Club. Been there for I think 4 years or so, but previously coached high school, a couple different locations, and now a proud parent.
We used to, I'm completely interrupting him, I don't care. He just used to be, yeah, okay, fine. He coached at Hampton Christian High School when I was at Portsmouth Christian High School, so.
And we beat him the majority of the time, not all the time, right?
And you know, the thing about that is I actually can edit this out, so. Anyway, so you were saying you're now the proud parent of?
Hannah Williams, who's playing for Liberty University, and she's here playing today.
Right.
With a bunch of 757
Players,
kids, proteges. You know, it's great to see all these different clubs represented at the Division I level.
Yeah.
And it's just some very good volleyball. I had my club team come down to watch. Gave them the option either practice again today or come down here and watch. And I gave them homework, so good on them. And
oh, good. That's a great idea.
Good opportunity to learn about what it takes to play at the Division I level. So, Keith, how many years has Coastal been doing this college classic?
I want to say this might be the third year that I can remember. It's getting bigger and better every time. It's funny, when I pulled in this morning, play started at 10. I got here a little after 10. I didn't feel like I was coming. I felt like I was coming to like a rock concert. All the tour buses out there bringing all the teams in from out of town. So
yeah, it's kind of ironic because we came down to watch last year, and Hannah was still in high school, but had signed with Liberty, and we watched them play. And this year she's playing, so it's pretty cool to just be a parent.
Actually, that's cool. I'm glad you asked that because I want to talk to you a little bit about your club and about your team specifically, because I'd like to give you a chance to talk about your club team.
Okay.
But there's a lot of people who follow us on. We have like 150 some followers on Facebook, so it's a growing blog. Talk to me a little bit about the process of, so from a parent perspective, for Hannah getting recruited. I've coached, you've coached for years. I've got parents all the time. Oh, I want my kid to do this. I want him to do that. And it's you try and talk them through the process of. It isn't just about saying, "Hey, coach, my kid's great. You should put her on your team." So, I mean, whatever you guys did, whatever the process was, could you share it?
Sure. It's all about fit. Making sure that the player ends up in a school that is a good fit for them personally, whether or not they play volleyball. Right. I think some of the USAV folks say it's a 40-year decision, but actually it's a multi-generational decision because the experiences they're gaining now are going to be told to grandkids and cousins, and so making sure that whether it's at the Division I or the NAI level, it's a great fit for that individual. A lot of it comes from relationships, being involved, not being overly involved as a parent, but also getting exposure. Last year, Hannah's Williamsburg 18s club team, 8 of the 9 girls ended up playing in college this year, and the 9th just basically didn't want to make that commitment.
Right.
But it's it happens at different time, different levels, but it's the player and the parents both have to be involved in the process, but it's primarily the player that's going to be in that position for hopefully 4 years. Okay,
so once Hannah was on Coach Penner's radar, did she send emails to him? I mean, did she reach out and make sure he knew that she really wanted to play for him?
Yes. Part of the initial relationship was built when we went to their high school team camp for a couple of years, and we played together and
we
coached triples.
And Coach, if you happen to be watching this, we're both still bitter. We should have beat you guys. We played them. For the parents who don't know what we're talking about, they had at the camp they had a coaches tournament.
Yeah.
Right? And Mark and I were actually on the same team, and I just set him because he's like 6'7" and I'm like 5'2", and all I did was set him and let him just keep hitting, and we should have won.
But they had a younger coaching staff, so
yeah, we're old.
Yeah, we're masters levels players. But yeah, it's a continual process. You have to be proactive.
Well, I interrupted you. So we were at that. We went to that team camp, and
right.
That's where he first saw her, right?
Right, and it's an opportunity. When the players are younger, taking them to different camps, different environments, helps them get an understanding of what different schools are like. The size, the location, the facilities, the coaching staff. So, in all honesty, at that age, they aren't really sure what they want to do next week, let alone for the next 4 years.
Right.
So, it's exposure, and it's getting them opportunities, like through some of the better, clubs in this area that play competitive schedules, help along with the recruiting process. But it's really up to the family. And then, as time goes on, you start to hopefully narrow down your list from, they recommend 100 schools as a sophomore down to a couple, and then finally, 2 or 3 to make your final decision. And it really is about the relationship, the coach. Every kid is different. Some it's more academic focused for the school. Some of it's location. Some of it's am I going to get playing time right away? Every situation is different.
Okay.
But when it comes down to making the decision, you only get to say yes once.
Right.
And that's a great thing. So that happened. National Letter of Intent Signing Day was a great opportunity at Grafton High School. Had a couple of different players, plus some softball players also.
Right.
So it was a big deal.
Cool.
And then that kind of takes the pressure off, but it's still continual. Strength and conditioning, working out, staying engaged. So it's up until they report for their freshman season, it's a continual
cool
family effort.
Cool. Well, thank you for that, and we're gonna take a quick break. So now we talk to the dad. Now we'll talk to the club coach in a second. But again, right down here, it's gonna be right here. Send us an email if you have any questions. It'll say nettalk757@yahoo.com, and we'll be right back. Okay, thanks. All right, guys, welcome back. NetTalk757. We are with Mark Williams, Williamsburg Volleyball Club coach. We just talked a little bit from the dad side with your daughter going to Liberty University, and by the way, I'm going to put this on camera. You know it, but I love your daughter. I mean, I always have. Even when we played against them in high school, and I'm trying to think. My daughter probably played against your daughter when she was younger, because my daughter graduated in 2012.
Yeah.
So she's always so generous, so nice, just a great kid, and it tells me that your wife did a fantastic job.
She did.
Anyway, I'd like to just take a second though. Now we talked about her. Let's talk about your club. Let's talk about specifically, your team. Tell me a little bit about your team, just in general.
Williamsburg 17 National. Our captain is Maddie Spence from Jamestown. Okay. We have players from, I think, 6 different high schools, including 2 that drive 2 hours one way. One each from the Fredericksburg area. Wow. And one from Tappahannock.
That's commitment.
That is serious commitment.
That's
parents and the players. And we've done well so far this year. We're playing in the Mid-Atlantic Power League, the Atlantic Coast Power League, and our next we'll be at Big South next.
Okay, so you're not doing NEQ, you're going Big South?
Yeah, Big South next weekend, and we're seeded 16th in the middle division. So
what's that? Is the middle USA, right? American,
yeah, USA.
American's the bottom.
Right.
So it's open, USA, and American. Okay.
We're not a very tall team, but have some good defense, some great skills players, and hopefully we're gonna got some girls out now doing school visits.
Okay, good.
Different levels and some interest.
Do you have any commits yet?
No commits yet. One player hopes to be within the next couple months,
good.
which would be a great blessing for her and just for the club in general. So
right now, where do you guys practice? Are you like in one facility or different facilities? How does it work out there with your club?
Well, we practice in a couple different facilities, but primarily Jamestown High School.
Okay.
They have 3 gyms there. James Blair and a couple other locations throughout the Williamsburg area. I mean, our girls go all the way from Toano down to Grafton,
Okay.
and then, like I said, over on the near Route 17 off of Fredericksburg and Tappahannock area. So it's a pretty communal club.
Yeah, it's a wide base where everybody's at. Now, okay, so you got Big South coming up. What's your schedule for this year? You guys, going to some other big tournaments? Are you going to nationals? What's kind of the plan?
Well, we'll host part of the Revolutionary Rumble coming up, and then we've got one more ACPL. We're going to do the AAU Maroon and Orange Super Regional out at Virginia Tech.
That's a good tournament. I play that every year. I'm not actually going this year, but I love that tournament. It's a great place.
And then we'll finish up with the AAU Nationals in Orlando, which is always a great time.
Good. Anything else you can think of that you think might be good to add, just about volleyball in the Hampton Roads?
It's grown. And it's growing. It's great to see all these young ladies playing at different levels. Especially like the opportunity today to see Division I athletes competing, and it's just a great thing. It's phenomenal to me how much club has grown. Especially in this area, and it's a great thing when these girls get opportunities that don't exist for other type of athletes.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate you being here very much.
Thank you. They have great barbecue sandwiches here, by the way.
So, thanks, Mark. I mean, Mark, being a dad, we got a nice perspective of him as far as what was a little bit involved to get his daughter to go to a D1 program, and a very successful D1 program.
Yeah, Coach Pender does a great job with the
Liberty University is they're winning their conference like every other year, it seems like. And then if you want to learn more about Williamsburg Volleyball Club, we'll try and put some information, maybe a link to the website. If you guys have a Facebook page, I think you do. I think I like the Facebook page on our Net Talk. Yeah. So you can find out anything you need to know there. You can email us. We'll forward emails, or go right to their website and give them a contact. And if you're up in that peninsula area, or if you're up in Tappahannock, where is it? Is that where it's at?
Yeah.
If you're from Tappahannock, hey, you know what? 2-hour drive. It's not that bad whenever you really want to play. But thanks everybody for watching Net Talk 757. Make sure you subscribe to our Facebook, subscribe to our YouTube, and we'll talk to you soon. And Dave,
keep digging.
All right, guys. See you later.